A very warm welcome and a good afternoon from another beautiful day here at Ildong Lakes Golf and Country Club for day 2 action from the 44th KLPGA Championship. The weather conditions are lovely this Friday afternoon just outside of Pocheon City. 15 degrees Celsius, about 57% humidity, and not too much breeze to speak of. There's a nice cool overcast tone to the second round here at Ildong Lakes. Kim Hyo-ju setting the pace on day 1 with a bogey-free round of 65 to lead at 7 under par with 3 rounds to play. She's already done and dusted in the clubhouse. We'll update you on her in just a moment. Out to some live golf, and Park Ji-young made the turn. Now has this downhiller for a birdie at the 10th. A great roll, remains above ground. Went out in 1 under par 35 at the winner of the Mediheel Championship 2 weeks ago. Recently supplanted at the top of the money list by Yu Hei-ran after Hei-ran's victory at the Nexen State 9 Masters last week. A lot of great groups that we're going to be keeping our eyes on this Friday afternoon. Lee Daeyeon in action. She is one to watch. She's 3 under par already for her round, 4 under for the championship. Winner of last year's Hanwha Classic, also a former Korean Women's Open champion. So she knows how to get the job done on the biggest stages on the KLPGA Tour. Hasn't played too much this year. In fairness, doesn't play a very packed schedule. Picks and chooses her events. She's chosen a 7-iron here from 144 meters. And it should feed around a touch. It's okay. Good shot for Lee Daeyeon. Alongside her is Park Gi-yeol. Third place last week at Gimhae Gaya. 123 left for Park. Is that going to chase on? No, just going to hang up short. The third player in this group was Jang Hana, the 15-time KLPGA Tour champion, who withdrew after an opening round of 75. Couple of withdrawals yesterday, including Lim Hee-jong bowing out after a 76 to open. This is one of the big names in the field. Jung-eun Lee 6, former U.S. Women's Open champion, opened with a 73 yesterday, but picked up 2 birdies in her first 9 holes to get the right side of even par. Chance to find another here on the 10th. Ooh, touch unlucky that for Lee 6. You know, she's capable of stringing together birdies. Put a 61 together in the opening round of the Evian Championship last year before eventually losing in the playoff to Minji Lee, giving the Australian her first major title. This is Lee Yiwan, the wonderfully talented teenager in her rookie season on the KLPGA Tour, going along very nicely today. 7 under par for the championship. And with a very good look to try to get to 8 under. Lee Yiwan riding high on confidence after a good week last week. Now Park Ji-young to tidy things up for a par. Okay, no problems. Kim Tsuji, the last major champion on the KLPGA Tour, won the Height Jinro Championship at Blue Heron for her 2nd title of the season. And just gets over that bunker on the 13th, stringing together quite the second round. There's Kim Tsuji. Now, Giol from the front edge of the green here at 11. Perhaps caught that a touch high on the face. Ball coming out dead with lots of spin. So a little bit careless from Giol. 132 players starting the week. Below 60 players and ties will make it through to the weekend stages of this great championship. That cut mark right now sitting at 1 over par. Yiwan not thinking about the cut line. She's trying to figure out how to roll this one in for a 4th birdie of the day. Opened with a very steady 68 yesterday, did Yiwan. Just coming off a birdie at 11. And it's a good look for another here at 12. Now, gave that a touch too much borrow. And a share of 3rd right now with Lee Seung-yeon and Park Min-ji. Both returning 68s this morning. Yiwan still got time. 6 more holes to play this afternoon. Jump back to Park Ji-young. Par 4 11th tee. Sweeps around to the left. There is a little speed shoot. You can find the fairway. Catch that slope. It's going to scamper on down another 20 yards or so, although that unfortunately just hangs up in the right rough for Ji-young. Still, no problems. That's fine. So very nice to see German Lee 6 back in South Korea. Major championship winner. Sluggish start yesterday, but making amends this afternoon. 25-year-old has 6 wins on the KLPGA Tour. And that's going to find the middle of the fairway, including 4 of them coming back in 2017. Let's have a look at the swing of the lady who sits 2nd on the points list and the money list, Park Ji-young. Good wide takeaway, nice full shoulder turn, and sets so beautifully into her right side. Keeps that right knee nice and flexed. Trying to load all her power on it. And then it really gives her the ability to push off, uses the ground very well onto her left side. And what you'll notice is a really good, so powerful hip turn and release through the ball. Start the downswing with the lower body. It gives you a lot of club head speed, and it keeps that club head very stable. Most of that weight already shifting onto her left side, and then it'll just coil around into a nice, full, balanced follow-through. Very similar to the swing of Kim Hyo-joo. It's a modern golf swing. Now, Jung-eun Lee 6, very similar, although she does have a tendency to sometimes almost have a bit of a reverse pivot. You're loading all that weight onto your right side, and then you just give it that extra bit more. And your spine sort of tilts back to a slightly more vertical position. So he does tend to get the club slightly across the line fractionally. But like Park Ji-young and so many great golfers, unwinds beautifully. Look at how clear those hips are. And she slots that club down into the impact zone, and you can't find a better impact position than that. Left arm and the shaft of the club forming a nice straight line. And like Ji-young, turns into that nice full follow-through. It's the swing of a U.S. Women's Open champion. Is it the swing of a lady who's going to pick up the 44th KLPGA championship? Park Yeol for her part up on the green. Well done. Wiggles it in the right edge. Nicely done for Park Gi-yeol. Opened with a 70 yesterday, so keen to not drop any more shots. 1 over for day 2 is Gi-yeol. Now Tsuji just about has a stance here on 13. Got to play this off the back foot. Get a low chaser. It's not going to chase quite enough. There was some run she put together. 5 birdies in a row from the 5th hole all the way through to the 9th. Couple of pars to start the back 9. Taeyeon back on 11 to remain at 4 under. Okay, couple of good par putts hold by Park Gi-yeol and Lee Taeyeon. Tsuji, the only drop shot today came on a par 3, at the par 3 third. And that was going nowhere but the middle of the cup. Well hold for Tsuji. No wins coming into 2021, picked up 2 of them, including a major title at the Height Jinro. This is the par 4 11th, and coming out of that right rough to sort of front left hole location. There's Park Ji-young. So very happy to pick up a victory at the S-Oil Championship at the penultimate season, the penultimate event of the 2021 season. 26-year-old. Sawed off follow through. Trying to flight this one in and flighting it in very nicely. There's a reason she's already a champion in 2022. Park Ji-young. Ton of confidence coursing through her veins. Same could be said for this young lady, Yiwan. 8 iron on the par 3 13th. It's a beautiful car up for grabs. Should someone manage an ace at this short hole, Yiwan will settle for a birdie too if that one drops. Very solid player. German Lee 6 trying to do what her big sister did a couple years ago and win this championship. German Lee 5, the champion back in 2009. Started at the right edge. Is it coming back? Just going to come up a fraction short. Not bad though. Not brilliant, but not bad. Taeyeon. 2 shots safely down the right-hand side of the 12th. Going to get home from 292. And that pin in the front of the green today is so important to keep it in the fairway, maximize the spin you can put on your ball. Try and stick it close to that hole. Taeyeon does that with ease. The conditions a little bit chilly out there, ball not quite going as far. This cool air, and well, this is not what you'd call the middle of the fairway. Park Gi-yeol. So sweater comes off. That needs to be done. Again, this tee shot, or an errant tee shot here on the 13th, not going to punish you. As long as you can poke that second shot back in play, keep it in the fairway. And even if you're far back, you need an 8 or a 9 iron. These greens are so firm or so pure, and the fairways are so firmly compacted. You should be able to get plenty of spin even with an 8 iron, 7 iron in hand. You don't need that to get it close to a front flagstick. You've got to be playing out of the fairway. To worry Gi-yeol here, that slight hanging live ball's below her feet, so will want to just squirt to the right. Staying in her posture very nicely. And yeah, back in play. It was Park Eo. Lee6 with the flag stick out at 11. So her intentions fairly obvious here. Fancies her chances. All about getting it rolling smoothly through the fringe. So it's going to wiggle to the right as it gets to the hole. Took a big old jump and it shot right. And ooh, yeah, there's a little bit of tidying up to do for the 2019 US Open champion. Park Hye-jun to get to 7 under. Just going to trickle by to about 6 feet. Carded a 67 yesterday to set the low round of the morning wave. She picked up 1 birdie today through her first couple of holes. She's still got that to save her par, but it's been a nice start to the KLPGA Championship for Hye-jun. Park Ji-young. 9th year as a professional. No miscuts yet this year. Oh, got robbed there. Just peeled off to the right. Spins out and remains above ground. After a bit of cha-cha dancing, taps in for her par. Just the 1 shot picked up this afternoon. Again, that clubhouse target set by Kim Hyo-ju at 10 under par. This is one of her closest pursuers out the golf course, but Kim Tsuji in the left rough and left of the cart path here at the 14th. 123 meters left, pins all the way in the back. Sounded a touch heavy. It's going to work out well. So important to get it to that top level of the green. Tsuji dialed in. Back to the par 3 13th. And a couple of birdie opportunities for Lee Yiwan and Jihan Sol. Jihan Sol, it's been a bit of a struggle today. Couple over par. See that projected cut mark, 1 over par. Han Sol right on that mark. So this birdie would give her some breathing room. It's a good putt. Unfortunately, Hansel still in the danger zone. This would not leave a good taste in her mouth if this one doesn't drop for Lee6. Right edge putt. That was a very timid looking stroke. So a 3-putt from out of nowhere will give her her first drop shot of the day and slips her back to even par. Just 1 shot past the cut line. Did not expect that at the start of the week. Lee6, a decorated, well-traveled and very experienced campaigner. The 19-year-old with this to get to 8 under par. Oh, wonderful roll. It doesn't drop. Hard not to be impressed with this teenager through the first couple of starts of 2022. Leads the Rookie of the Year points race and just 3 shots off the lead. So this for par for Hyejun. Yeah, nicely holed. Good putt. Keeps her at 7 under par, or 6 under par, I should say. Just the 1 drop shot this week. Now, Guillaume, middle of the fairway. Can look to attack, but only 8 paces from the front edge of the green to the pin. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad at all for Park Guillaume. Saw a struggle with losing a couple of shots just to the left. Seemed like she was battling her swing back 9 Sunday last week. There's a lady who never looks like she's battling her golf swing. Such a clean and simple, efficient motion for Dion. To have spun out of that just a fraction, could be leaking right, and it is. Well, it's sloppy by her standards, but it's still a chance for a birdie 4. It's a beautiful day for some golf at Ildong Lakes, and it's a very tantalizing looking leaderboard. Kim Hyo-ju backing up her 65 yesterday with a 69 today. Kim Tsuji out on the golf course with a birdie opportunity to come at the 14th to tie Hyo-ju at the top. Then there's Min-ji, last year's #1. Yiwan, the amazingly talented teenager, the rookie sensation at 7 under par. And Lee Ga-young backing up a 70 with a 68 today. Still looking for her first KLPGA Tour title. Only 4 shots back at 6 under par. To the par 5-12, the first of the 2 par 5s on the inward half. At 521 meters, it'd be bold to think that anyone can get home into this week. The fairways have been a little bit crusty, so the players have gotten some run, although not quite enough to get home into. 235 meters to get to the lone fairway bunker up the right-hand side, which should only challenge the very longest of players. It's all about the second shot here at the par 5-12. There's a penalty area up to the right-hand side of this hole, but it really shouldn't bother the players with their layups. Pick a number, any number, whatever you feel comfortable with, but you must be playing out of the fairway to attack this pin position today that is cut 8 from the front and just 7 from the left. Slightly elevated green as well, so important you get to be playing out of the fairway for your third shot. You can get as much spin control as possible on this. You see the green grid there. Red is the high point, blue is the low point. Everything pitches from back to front. Gio. You can look to start it at the fairway trap and just turn a little draw off it. Very nicely played. At 8 rounds in the 60s so far this season. Jiyoung to German Lee 6. 2019 LPGA Rookie of the Year. Two-time winner of the KLPGA Tour money list. 2017 and again in 2018. Just a bit wipey there. Should have saved it at the bottom just enough to find the right edge of the fairway. Okay. She will be seething after that 3-putt bogey at the last. Now up on the green, and Lee Dayan up and over a slight ridge here. They'll kick the ball right, and it should feed back to the left as it gets to the hole. Yeah, nicely judged for pace. Dayan. That should secure a par 5 for her. Now good chance for a 4. Not to be. Lost her card for the first time in her career back in 2021. Got it back immediately at Q School. It hasn't missed a cut yet this year. Third place finish last week at the next Sensate 9 Masters. 5th at the season opening Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open on Jeju Island. Lee 6 back in the fairway. Not going to get home, so she's clear to have a punt. Like a much better swing, much smoother transition. But, oh, okay. Took an interesting bounce off the what looked like the curb of the cart path, and it keeps it right of the track. But not going to be an elementary third shot left. Ji Young, right edge of the fairway. Yeah, good smooth swing. And a nice result for Park Ji Young. Tsuji to tie the lead at 14. He's going to move to her right. Oh, had everything going her way on the front nine, but it's been all pars since hitting the turn. Still has scoring opportunities coming up. 5/15th. Beautiful closing par 3 18th. So there's still ample time to the 13th, and you see that Maserati Quattroporte up for grabs for any player making an ace on this hole. Wonderful motor vehicle. Almost 500 horsepower in a 4-door saloon. That is saying something. Dayan. And again in that middle section of the green. 8 iron for the Hanwha champion. Just, is that leaking a touch right? Well, it's about 15 feet right. And if you're looking at this group and the tee times on KLPGA Tour website and wondering where on earth is Zhang Hana, I regret to inform you she withdrew the close of play yesterday after that opening round of 75, so there will be no Zhang Hana for the rest of the week here in Pochun. Park Gi-yeol. Just the one win on her resume. 2018 Sokyong Ladies Classic. Missed the cut at the KLPGA Championship last season. Again, just falling off balance a fraction. It's okay. Carries that bunker. It's going to get some help off the slope. So a couple of outside looks at birdie for Gi-yeol. And Dayan await at 13. Up to Lee Yiwan on the 14th with her second shot. Can she get it up to the higher back level of this two-tiered green? 140 meters. She's going to have to land it in the slope and try to bounce it up. Not going to be quiet enough, so that's going to trundle backwards to the low right front portion of the green. So no easy two-putt remaining for the 19-year-old rookie. To the 26-year-old veteran. Young turned pro all the way back in 2014. He's the 2015 Rookie of the Year. 86 meters left. That's a fraction unlucky. Just pitched in a steep upslope. Didn't get that big first bounce she was looking for, but affords herself a chance to get to 3 under. It's so important. Leave yourself underneath the hole. Now this is an awkward little one for Jung-Un Lee 6. Coming out of that left rough. See what faces her there. And that pin is only 7 paces from the left edge of the green. She gets too cute, tries to get this too close. Easy to flub it into that greenside trap, and then you're in a world of trouble. So look, 15, 20 feet just past the flag, no problem. 73 meters left. Yeah, good smart shot. And took the unforced error out of play. Still leaves herself an opportunity to get back into red figures. Now, flag stick in once more for Hye-jun. It's a delightful second shot to this point. This is to move her to 7 under. And in a share of third, stay up. Oh no. That's real disappointing after that quality second shot. So Hye-jun remains at 6 under, still inside the top 10. A lot of golf to be played for Hye-jun and the rest of the 129 players remaining at the KLPGA Championship. But it's Kim Hyo-joo they are chasing. 69 after that 65. A 10 under par total through 2 rounds. Is it going to be good enough to carry the lead into the weekend? Kim Tsuji at 9 under par with 4 holes to play. Uphill left to righter for Park Ji-young at 12. Trying to make something happen. Is it going to swing that much? Well, it did. Just forgot to hit it. Guillaume at the 13th. First to putt, Lee Daeyeon just a fraction closer. Good positive stroke for Park. Not the quickest player on the KLPGA Tour. But they are in a 2-ball, I suppose. Yeah, slow, long putt from the bottom part of 14 for Lee Yiwan. Up the slope, moving to her right. Settle down, settle down. Okay. Excellent control of her speed there. Yiwan. Top 10 finish last week at Nexen. The Nexen St. 9 Masters. Lee 6 for her birdie at the 12th. It's going to be fairly slow putting up that hill, and it will move to her left. But it's a chance. It's a pretty good one. Doesn't quite get back. At a solid par. Keeps her at even par. One under the card after an opening 73. Oh, Daeyeon. How impressive was she from this range at Jade Palace en route to that Hanwha Classic title last year? Seemed to make everything from inside of 20 feet. Two birdie chances slip by at 13 for Daeyeon and Guillaume. About here, Jun Yi-sung, beg your pardon. First look at her today. Level par yesterday. Got a productive round going today. Oh, and that's going to be to get to 3 under par. Nicely played from Jun Yi-sung. Tsuji stared down Park Min-ji to claim victory at Blue Heron last year. You know, she likes to go at it pretty hard, especially with wedges from this range. Not really a player that likes to float shots in. Generates a lot of spin, and using it well there. So Tsuji with another chance to tie the lead of Kim Hyo-ju in the clubhouse, as Lee Daeyeon looking to clean up for a 3 at the 13th. Yep, no problems, no mistakes from Lee Daeyeon. Yiwan for her part at the 14th. Yeah, very nicely holed. Hasn't missed a cut yet on the KLPGA Tour. Received a couple of sponsor invites to tee it up last year. KB Financial Group Star Championship and the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational. Top 25s in both. Now back to 13 and Park Ji-young. See this as being more than an 8-iron for Ji-young. It's a 9-iron. It's a big 9-iron even for Ji Young. Trying to trap a little draw in there. See, should have gone with the 8. Who am I kidding? Wonderful shot from Park. Knew exactly what she was doing. Kept it underneath the hole. Leaves herself that uphill putt. Be nice and aggressive with that now for Lee 6. She might be in between clubs as well. If Park Ji Young's got a 9-iron to about 10 feet underneath the hole, they're about the same distance off the tee. Are we going to see Lee 6 sort of grip down and feather an 8, or is she going to try to step on a 9 like Ji Young did? In a position like hers at level par, I almost prefer the shorter club here. Take the 9, swing aggressively, try and make some birdies. 10 shots off the pace right now, and it is a 9 for Lee 6. Chased after that very aggressively. Oh, and like Park Ji Young, pretty much a carbon copy of the shot she just saw. So 2 very nice tee shots from Lee 6 and Park Ji Young at 13. Kim Tsuji with this to tie the lead at 10 under for a 6th birdie of the day. Oh, she's got it. She's got it. It's birdie number 6, and it's a share of the lead for Kim Tsuji. So much talk at the start of the week about the big names. Hye-ran, Park Hyun-kyung chasing history, Park Min-ji looking for a 2nd major title. The big superstars like Kim Hyo-joo and Lee 6 and Kim A-lim. Little did we suspect that Kim Tsuji, well, she could go back-to-back major titles. Currently ties the lead at 10 under par. Ja Soo-yeon makes a good birdie. Slow start for Yi-sung with a bogey at the first, but 4 birdies since. See her back at 3 under par for the championship. But how about that? Kim Tsuji, a 6th birdie of the day, draws her level with Kim Hyo-joo, who's already with feet up in the clubhouse at 10 under par. There's a pair of leaders, 3 shots clear of the rest. Hyo-joo, Tsuji lead at 10. Way back on the 14th. She released one to the back right tier. Pressed it nicely. Is it going to have the heat? Got a great first bounce. Stay right there. Stay right there. Oh, about 3 inches short of being on the correct level. It's going to roll down to where the hole was cut yesterday at the 14th. Such a challenging target, especially with an upper tier being used now. Good opportunity for Lee 6 to get back into red figures. As for a birdie at 13. Well hauled. That's a great 2. And it takes Lee 6 to 2 under par for the second round. They matched each other shot for shot off the tee. They match each other stroke for stroke on the putting green. Park Ji-young, slightly different angle, but a very similar putt. Don't give the hole away. Start it, let's say, inside left edge. Nice positive stroke. Should have yourself a pair of deuces for these two at the par 3. Well, it's been a wonderful hole for the pair of them. Ji-young, she gets to 3 under par, into the top 20. Hyoju and Tsuji set the pace. The latter still with 3 holes to play. 10 under par the mark. Nothing more that Park Min-ji or Lee Seung-yeon can do. 19-year-old Lee Yiwan has a couple of holes more to play. It's a great-looking leaderboard. And we're only halfway through day 2 of this 4-round championship. Good to have your company here at Ildong Lakes this Friday afternoon. KLPGA legend Park Se-ri, one of the broadcast team members on site this week at Ildong Lakes, sharing her wisdom. How many golfers has Park Se-ri inspired? I'm sure Park Ji-young would be one of them. 156 left into this 14th. Up you come, up you come. No, another one gets rejected by that very steep slope that splits this green in half. So Ji-young on the dance floor, on a different level. A bit of a struggle today. This week, I should say. Poor old Jang Soo-yeon. 75 yesterday. 5 over the card today. And the season opener on Jeju Island. She's not going to lift her first major championship trophy this week, although that's probably one of the better shots we've seen into this 14th hole for Soo-yeon. Just another week, another round to draw experience from and come back even stronger. Field Jung-eun Lee 6. She knows all about disappointment. That's 61 at the Evian Championship last year. And blowing that lead, getting close on the back nine, losing out in a playoff. It's all about how you respond. 152 left. The advantage of coming out at this rough. So this might jump on her. It's certainly going to be releasing. Oh, and that's unfortunately jumped a little bit too much. Releases onto the back edge of the green. That's fine for Lee 6. 2 KLPGA Tour majors to her resume. The Height Jinro and the KB Group Financial Star Championship. Well, earlier today, this was some action from the morning round. Lee Seong-yeon with a very long range putt, finding its target at the par 5 second. Going in from everywhere early this morning. Park Min-ji putting together a very tidy round of 68. Leave her at 7 under par at the halfway stage. All eyes were on your overnight leader, Kim Hyo-joo. That wonderful wedge into the 8th, setting up her 4th and final birdie of the day. She did drop her first shot of the week at the par 4 14, but a 69. Good enough to leave her in the clubhouse through 2 rounds at 10 under par. Well, Kim Tsuji got on a bit of a run in the afternoon session. That birdie at 7, her 3rd in a row, wasn't done just yet. Pick up another birdie at the 8th and then the 9th. Same hole that Park Min-ji birdied her final birdie of the day. 5 birdies on her card, 1 drop shot at 7. Signed for that 68 to leave her well placed going into the weekend. Of course, a couple of moments later, Kim Tsuji rattled in that one. She could scarcely believe it. The caddy couldn't believe it. But it was 5 in a row to go out in 4 under par 32. And then at the 15th hole, had a great little wedge into here. And that took her alongside Kim Hyo-joo at 10 under par. So 2 at the top, Hyo-joo and Tsuji. Tsuji currently playing the par 4 16th. And Min-ji, Seong-yeon matching 68s this morning. Leave them at 7 under par with 19-year-old Lee Yiwan Still a few holes to play. Disappointing round of 73 for Kim Hee-ji. 17 pars and a bogey for the player starting her second full season on the KLPGA Tour. Hye-ran and Hyun-kyung returning totals of 4 under par through 36 holes this week at the KLPGA Championship. 1.2 billion Korean won up for grabs. 216 million to the winner. Kim Ji-hyun's had a bit of a struggle, but there is still time. Projected cut 1 over par, a mark that Ji-han Seol finds herself smack dab on, which is being entertained by the 19-year-old Lee Yiwan. Park Gi-yeol and Lee Jae-yeon playing as a 2-ball with the withdrawal of Jang Hana at the close of play yesterday afternoon. Jang Soo-yeon not going to make the cut, but Park Ji-young and Jung-eun Lee 6 still definitely part of the conversation. They teed off at 12:30 local time. And here is Park Ji-young on the 14th. What has been a popular section of the green to be putting from. Up this steep slope, breaking to the left. All about pace here. Try and snuggle it up there close. Yeah, nicely done from the Mediheel champion of 2 weeks ago. It's one of the penultimate events of the 2021 season, the S-Oil Championship. To the winner of the Hanwha Classic last year, Daeyeon. And to lay this one up in a handy spot. Pin on 15 cut in the back section of the green. And Daeyeon going to get a little bit of release from that slope. Going to be a bit of a hanging lie for the tiny lady. It's going to be coming out of the fairway. Park Gi-yeol also electing to lay up on this par 5. And just catching the left edge of the fairway. So jacket goes back on for Gi-yeol. What a great birdie she made on the closing hole last week to leave her in a share of third. Doesn't want any tour card stress this season. Park Gi-yeol was battling bravely towards the end of 2021, eventually lost that tour card, finishing 69th on the money list, but got it back at Q School to start the year. Now B6, twice a money list winner on the KLPGA Tour, putting for birdie at the back of this 14th green. It's tracking on a nice line. Just going to come up a fraction shy for Lee 6. And 3 former US Open champions in the field this week, herself, Kim Ae-lim and Kim Hyo-ju. To 17. And Kim Tsuji just dropping a shot at the 16th. Kim Hyo-ju, one clear again at 10 under par. That one's just trailing off to the right. Is it going to catch a piece of the fairway? Ooh, just stays out of the penalty area. God, would have been a scary looking tee shot for Tsuji. Come on, this would ease the pain of what has been a rather frustrating week for Jang Soo-yeon. For birdie at the 14th. Been that kind of day, been that kind of week for the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open champion. Ugly looking 5 over par round she's constructing today. Just hasn't had her best. Now to Yiwan. Time 26 on this 16th. Should get close to this front hole location. just unlucky. Going to release on a fraction. And still, it's another green in regulation and another opportunity for birdie. She currently sits 13th on the money list, 16th on the points list. Of course, league's Rookie of the Year points race. Now, Ji-young, 2015 Rookie of the Year. The comebacker for par at 14. Finds its target, keeps her at 3 under. 6. So looking to brush this one in for a 4. Yeah, no problems. 4s all round for this featured group on day 2 at the 14th hole. 4 holes left to play. 9 shots to make up for Jungwon Lee 6. Third shots to the par 5 15th for Dayon and Giyol. Dayon first to play, and you see that slight hanging lie, that hook lie that Dayon will be playing off. 95 meters left, so it should just be a stock pitching wedge for Dayon. That hole cut 23 paces from the front edge. If you want to be fancy, you can throw it 20 feet right, try and spin it left with the slope. Just trying to hold that up against the slope, tugged it a fraction. But the 23-year-old still has a putt for a birdie. Playing partner Giyol. Meanwhile, slightly flatter lie and the fraction closer. Definitely want to be aggressive with this one. Okay. Tidy underneath the hole. Yiwan. Early favourite for Rookie of the Year. Certainly if she continues to play the way she has so far this week. This for birdie at 16, right to left her, coming down the slope. Oh, it's on a nice line. Very nicely judged for Lee Yiwan. No bogeys on the scorecard this afternoon for Lee Yiwan. A couple of bogey-free rounds this morning from Lee Ga-young and Lee So-mi. Yiwan hoping to join them. Up on the 15th tee, Park Ji-young.
Oh gosh.
Straight down the middle. There's Ji-young. Six. He played one event back on the KLPGA Tour in 2021. That was the BMW Ladies Championship. Finished 30th there. She's had a couple of close calls at the KLPGA Championship. 15th in 2020, 4th back in 2019. So she's knocked on the door a couple of times. Always love it when you can snatch the tee up quickly. Good shot, says Park Ji-young. Good shot, says I. That one might just tempt her to try and go for this green in 2. We'll see when she gets down to it. Jungwon Lee 6. Trying to make inroads to that lead of Kim Hyo-ju. Currently sits at 10 under par through 2 rounds. This lady briefly had it to 10 under before dropping a shot at 16. Tsuji from the right rough on the 17th. aggressiveness and speed that she has through the hitting area, although that one a fraction unlucky. That pitches another foot more onto the green. It'll kick up another 10-15 feet. But she's all smiles, Kim Tsuji. And why wouldn't she be after the year she had in 2021? Yuhei Ran currently leads the point standings and the money list after a victory at Gimhae Gaya last week at the Nexen State 9 Masters. Lee Yiwan, as we mentioned earlier, and we've seen a lot of her through our coverage this afternoon, the runaway leader in the Rookie of the Year points race, courtesy of a solid couple of weeks on the KLPGA Tour. Now Dion for a birdie at 15. Only missed 3 cuts last year, did Lee Dion. Oh, that one just rolling on a little bit. It finished 17th at the KLPGA Championship in 2021. Took, well, 1.5 months off with a wrist injury the middle portion of the season, but she's been healthy and playing good golf ever since. Now Gil, left to right, ticklish one down the hill. Ooh, just wiggles off. So it's just been a bit flat in this group for the last hour or so. Gil unable to get back to where she began the day at 2 under. Dion was in a real charge. That front 9 has just hit the skids on this inward stretch. Still no bogeys on the day for Dion. Now back up the fairway. You'd think this would be a layup for Park Ji-young. It's a fairly lofted iron. Again, it's all about what's her favorite distance. What's your favorite distance coming into a par 5? You can leave yourself that and back yourself to hit it tight with your third, make birdie that way. It's not simply about taking the longest club in the bag.
Hey.
It's going to go releasing on down the left side of the fairway, so that should leave her a good full wedge in. We know what she can do with her wedges. So she had 244 in. You see Jung and Lee 6 just working out some numbers. If she's got 225, you think she's going to give it a crack. It's a fairly inviting pin to do it. But first, Chang Soo-yeon. Can she get it here? It's full send out of the right rough. And it's just going to come up a fraction shy. If Chang Soo-yeon can get it down almost into that greenside trap from 241. This is probably right on the limit for Lee 6. Well, just the iron. Going to play this hole the conventional way. I suppose the last place you want it to be is in that front left bunker. Then you've got a long, tricky bunker shot. So he fancies her chances with a wedge more than anything. So a layup for the 2019 US Open champion as well. Yards behind Park Ji-young, but safely on the short stuff. Tsuji at 17 to get that birdie back in a hurry. Right to left up the hill. Striking on a nice line. Just staying high. So one hole left to play for Kim Tsuji. You'd think pretty much a shoe-in of being in the final group Saturday afternoon with Kim Hyo-ju. What a group that's going to be. Lee Yiwan can find a birdie in her final 2 holes, well, she could be the 3rd player. That would be some final group on a Saturday afternoon, wouldn't it? Yeah. Dion, 1 hole back. It's a great swing with rhythm that never changes. It's been so effective on the KLPGA Tour for many years. A great view from the back of 15 and what the players face. It's a slightly elevated green, but you're playing from a downhill-ish lie in the fairway. And sometimes, like we saw with Lee Dion, sometimes you've got that ball sitting above your feet. It's hard to control or even pick a shot, what you want to do. So Lee 6 a little bit further back, but not quite as much of a downhill slope to deal with. Looking at the fraction right of this hole, because the green does kick fractionally from right to left. Pins 23 from the front, and the green's only 34 paces deep, so it's a fairly shallow green for a par 5.
Okay.
So, that golf cart just to the right of the flag. So kick a bit left with a touch of spin. Try and use some of the contours to work that ball closer to the hole. Steep. That toe digs in. Ugh, that's very poor. I think it should just hang onto the front edge of the green, but now it's one of those times where you're walking up there going, why didn't I just go for it in 2? Very poor wedge shot from Jungwon Lee 6. A couple of yards closer is Park Ji-young. Looks to be a nice flat lie as well. What we've seen so far this year, he doesn't really use the slopes too much. He's very content to just fire it straight at it. 78 meters left to a hole she birdied yesterday. Yeah, nice indeed. Park Ji-young. Chance for another birdie to take it a 4 under. Upper hole, find Lee Dion. 2019 Korean Women's Open champion. She ain't on the money list last season, only playing 20 events. Quality, not quantity. I suppose you could say the mantra of Lee Dion, but that's, well, a pretty poor miss. But leaves herself actually in a pretty good spot. I mean, that's a very makeable chip shot. Yeah, Lee Yiwan on the Dream Tour money list last season. So it's 5th on the Dream Tour money list last season. 7-iron to the 17th, and how about that for a golf shot? Superbly done by the 19-year-old rookie. She's going to have that to move into 3rd by herself. All smiles Friday afternoon for Lee Yiwan, but it's Kim Hyo-joo leading the way as she was at the end of play Thursday evening. She's up by 1. Tsuji at 9 under, playing the last. it is a birdie putt, but Lee 6 will be very happy with a 2-putt par here on 15. Up and over the rise, speeding away towards it. I'll tell you what, that really poor wedge shot has brought bogey into play. Only 230 meters left for a second shot. There'll be some second guessing in the Lee 6 camp walking off this 15th green, I can tell you that much. Beautiful final hole here at Ildong Lakes, the closing par 3 18. The pin today cut in that narrow front section. It's 22 paces wide, but everything sort of kicks from left to right, and the pin's only 10 paces on. It looks inviting, but it takes a really good shot to get close to. Tsuji, her final tee shot of day 2. Left into the green, should kick back. That one just going to release on past that little ridge. And safely on. It's a chance for a birdie and to match the 10 under par 2-round total of Kim Hyo-ju of 134. And for Kim Tsuji, she's become very comfortable in this position at the business end of a leaderboard. Now, Park Ji-young to inch closer to the lead. As for birdie to get to 4 under. Center cup, absolutely buried it. Joins the group that includes Yu Hei-ran at that mark. 4 birdies on the day, 1 drop shot, 4 under par, 3 holes remaining. Now, makeable for Lee Da-yeon. Remember how she started her back 9 en route to winning the Hanwha Classic at Jade Palace, chipped in on the 10th hole. There's an ominous look about this. Oh, fancied her chances. That was boldly struck, and she's going to have a sizable putt of about 7-8 feet for a comebacking par. It's just no real flaws in her game. When she's healthy, she is definitely a contender. Come on, Lee 6. Don't want to be bogeying par 5s. This for par. That's a very good putt for Jung-eun Lee 6. It was a lot harder work than she would have liked, but her fans will be delighted, her caddy will be relieved, and she'll stay at 1 under par. Da-yeon to tidy up. Watch this pause at the top of her backswing. It's not what you'd call conventional, but it's certainly effective. A nice putt. Da-yeon, that par run continues. So she'll head up to the 17th hole. Hyo-ju can only watch. Tsuji on the last with a birdie opportunity. Yiwan with a great look at the 17th to try to get to 8 under, perhaps, potentially get into the final group Saturday afternoon. Kim A-lim and Lee So-mi, well, they're at 6 under par. Ha-min Song, bogey free on her day. She's picked up 2 birdies to get to that 6 under par mark. EG disappointing 73, and Jun-Yu Ri yesterday, 2 under for the day. Couple holes left to play. She's finishing on the other side of the golf course. To 16, and Park Ji-young with the driver. Trying to keep her foot on the gas. It's a sneaky long hole, the 16th. Got to make sure that you're coming up the left-hand side of the fairway, because it does pitch from left to right. And this hole's a very gentle uphill rise. It plays a fraction longer than the yardage on their scorecards. Beautiful move from the top. Lovely tee shot for Park Ji-young. Just grabs that first cut of rough up the left-hand side, but that's no bother. V6 will be relief after that par putt went in back at 15. Preserves that momentum. Two under on the day. That is a nice big bounce. It's going to go releasing down the right half of the fairway. Well done. Now to 17 and Dion. Almost an island fairway from an elevated tee. It's rather visually intimidating. Ball spends so much time in the air. You feel like it could go anywhere. This one's tugged a fraction left. Ooh. It's found one of those two fairway bunkers. A brilliant shot out of the fairway trap on the par 4 ninth. Did Dion. Just going to have to summon some more of that on 17. Now back to up to the green, I should say, and Yiwan to get to 8 under par. No, not going to hang on. Just had that look about it. It was always going to veer off to the right. It was a wonderful second, but she can't break out of that group at 7 under par. One hole left to play, but another solid round. At the last, Tsuji. One final chance to join Choi Kim Hyo-ju in the clubhouse. This for birdie, just outside of 30 feet. So you can't get much closer than that without it dropping in. A good effort and a good round of golf this Thursday afternoon, this cool Thursday afternoon. Backing up that 67 yesterday with a 68 on day 2. She'll be in the final group tomorrow afternoon. Starts the weekend one shot behind Kim Hyo-ju. Many spectators out the golf course on day 2 as we saw in the opening round, but perhaps that's just because it's a cool, chilly afternoon. I expect there's going to be some good crowds out over the weekend. Ildong Lakes Golf Club opened back in 1995. First professional event stage here, the Samsung World Championship on the LPGA, won by the great Annika Sorenstam. Jun Yi-sung from 30 feet. Slippery one from the left edge. Downhill all the way. And doing a very nice job of speed control there. So Jun Yi-sung safely through to the weekend. You have to say, only one good round away from getting back in contention. She'll finish at 3 under through 36 holes. This is the featured group of the afternoon on the par 4 16th. today. And that front left sort of, we call it bowl, just a section from where Park Ji-young is, almost blocked out. Those two greenside bunkers up the left-hand side. You can't see the green from where she is, especially from 149. She'll have to look at the TV tower. Try to land this on the front edge of the green. Just have it release up. You don't want to be carrying this pin high because it could skip to the back. Oh dear. Is that a shank? Certainly looked like a half shank at least, which is actually accidentally ended up in an okay spot. There's a wry smile. Yeah. Don't think you want to know where that caught the club face, Ji-young. Now steady opening 2 rounds for Jun Yi-sung. 69 today after an opening round of 72. Let's be aggressive with this one, Lee 6. I hear them say Gallery and Lee 6 applauding the effort of Jang Soo-yeon, who's just hit a nice shot into the 16th. Lee 6, pretty long way up there. Park Ji-young, she can see the bottom of the flagstick. Just visually, that makes things so much more appealing and so much more comfortable. Great chance to stick one close here. Wonderful angle in from 118. Not quite as good as Jang Soo-yeon, but it's a nice shot. And it leaves her a chance to get to 2 under for the first time this week. Daeyeon, how's that lie in the bunker on the 17th? Is she far enough back from the lip? I suppose that's the question. There's the sand here at Ildong Lakes. It's pretty nice and compact. What you don't want out of fairway bunkers is sort of loose or dense sand. Very hard to get good contact. As long as she's far enough back from that lip, she'll get plenty of spin on this with an 8 iron from 126. Contact sounded good. It's on a pretty good line. Oh, just a fraction short for Daeyeon. She can't believe it. Right half of the fairway for Park Gi-yeol. It's coming out of that first cut of rough. Again, carry it 7-8 yards, 7-8 paces past that fringe, and it should all release out to the hole. Just didn't quite carry it far enough, and that might trickle a little bit further left. So, off the mark there for Gi-yeol. You'd almost fancy Daeyeon's chip more than Gi-yeol's putt. Making it easy on herself, Park Gi-yeol. Yiwan, birdie at the last, should assure her a spot in the final group Saturday afternoon. Tell you what, she's given herself a chance. That's an excellent tee shot from the rookie. Looking to go open with back-to-back 68s. Lee Yiwan, one of the emerging stars of the game on the KLPGA Tour. Would Wouldn't it be cool if her first title was a major one? She's going to have to hunt down some very talented contenders. Last year's #1 Park Min-ji, the Height Jinro champion Kim Tsuji, and of course the lady who leads the pack right now, Kim Hyo-ju, 10 under par, setting the target. So plenty of green to play with for Park Ji-young on the 16th. Try to play that with speed, generate spin. It's not bad. Good execution, but just rolling by into uncomfortable range. Think about it. She's won 2 of her last 5 starts. The second last event of 2021, the second event of 2022, albeit a couple months apart now, at least 6. Asking for a rules official here, not quite sure what's the issue. Perhaps she was just doing some crowd control. Nonetheless, I can tell you that this is for birdie to get her to 2 under par. And still in the early stages of this championship, but you feel you want to be no worse than 2-3 under heading into the weekend with Kim Hyo-ju at 10. Again, just she seems to be struggling with the pace of the greens at Ildong Lakes. A couple going skating past, a couple not really threatening the hole. Well, Daeyeon, third shot, but you could pretty much say this for birdie. It's got to look. Oh. How many times does she scare the hole from that range with a wedge in hand? Leaves herself another one of those 6-footers. She's bold when it gets to within 10, 12 yards of the green. Really fancies her chances. Now, important putt for Lee Yiwan for a birdie and a round of 68. Oh, it just hangs right. Good effort. I don't think you're going to be complaining with 2 rounds in the 60s to start your first KLPGA championship. 7 under par through 2 rounds, very much in the title hunt. Lee Yiwan continuing to impress in her rookie season on the KLPGA Tour. Now Guillaume up and over the rise, bit of a double breaker this one. It's going to move to a left at the start, and then it should just straighten out when he gets to the hole. Very nicely judged. Ji-young to clean up for a par, stay at 4 under. Stay up. Well done. Beautifully holed. Great up and down. Ji-young avoids a drop shot at 16. 2 holes to play. 4 under par for the championship. B6. Could do with some wedge work and putting work when she gets done with play this afternoon. Not quite as sharp as we know her to be with those clubs. Still, it's been a good, tidy day 2 performance after that opening 73. 2 under par on the card, 1 under par for the championship. That cut line still hovering at 1 over Dion on 17 to avoid a drop shot. Just drifts to her right at the end. Oh, hammered it through the break. Sometimes you pay the price getting too aggressive with your little pit shots from around the green. So a bogey 5 first of the day will drop Dion back just outside the top 20 at 3 under par. Guillaume to tidy things up for her 4 at the 17th. Yeah, nicely done. 1 under par playing the last. Scoring not quite as blistering as it was on day 1, but it's the lady who led through 1 round who's still up top. Kim Hyo-ju backing up that 65 with a 69 this morning to lead the way at 10 under par. driver on the 17th for Park Ji-young. Good pass at the ball there. And a good fairway to find the 17th. Such a claustrophobic look from that elevated tee, but Park Ji-young finds the target with ease. Plenty to smile about in 2022 for that young lady. And there was some debate for Jung-eun Lee 6, whether it was a 3-wood or a driver. She's gone with the driver.
I think it's a perfect club. I want you to really trust it, okay?
You have to trust it, okay. You're a caddy saying. There's plenty of club. He's already missed 5 fairways today. That's a pretty tiny target here on 17. Turning a fraction left. Is it going to be okay? Oh, has it found that bunker that Lee Daeyeon was in? Looks to have done just that. Now, Kiyol at the last. Should be a 7-iron. It's an 8-iron, trying to muscle it up to this hole. Just needed that extra club, maybe half a club. It's going to be another couple of rounds on the weekend for Park Gi-yeol to pick up some more cash. Currently the highest she's ever been in her career on the KLPGA Tour money list, inside the top 10. Lee Daeyeon. How does she respond after that frustrating 5 at 17? Let's play the par 3s well. Has yet to miss a green this week on the par 3s, or this year I should say, at the par 3s. Averages just outside of 20 feet. Very nicely done. Roped a big eye draw in there. And it gives her a chance to birdie the last, which would get her up to 4 under par, and that'd be enough to see her into the top 15 alongside the likes of last week's winner Hae Ran, the 2-time defending champion Hyun Kyung. Jun Yoo-ri splashing out of the sand at the 5th. No, she couldn't. She couldn't. Wow. It was excellently played. Touch unlucky, that one not to drop, but a very good 4 salvage from the sand for Jun Yoo-ri. Have another look at this. Had to play it with plenty of speed, get it up in the air. And we thought it looked good right there. No, it had a peek in. Didn't like what it saw. Yeah. Kim Hee-jun, slightly easier looking shot. Yeah, well played. Couple of very fine bunker shots from Hee-jun and Yoo-ri. Yoo-ri at 5 under, as is Hee-jun. Both of them opened with 69s. Now, Park Ji-young, slight hanging lie here, ball below her feet, but the pin's in the right half of this green. So it should actually make this a little bit easier. Uh-oh, double cross. Turns that one left, and it finishes on the wrong side of that little spine. Oh, pin high miss, not disastrous. Well, that ball looks to be... It's lying okay in the trap for Lee 6. She's got a bit of an awkward stance with that left foot sort of pressed up against the bank. There's not much of a lip to speak of. Clean contact is key. Just pick it off top of the sand. Keep your height. So important on fairway bunker shots. Try to maintain your spine angle. Oh. And he dug in after that. It's going to come up short. Well, affords herself a lot of room to play with. It's not been a very assured performance through the opening 36 holes for the 2019 LPGA Rookie of the Year. Yuri will tap that one in to keep her at 5 under par, inside the top 10 right now. A lone bogey of her day coming back at 17. Now to the 18th, Park Gi-yeol. Good technique, nicely judged. So, not the best of second rounds for Gi-yeol. She brushed that one in for a 73, and she'll enter the weekend at 1 under par. Continuing that made cut streak. Now, a little bit more in this for Hee-jun to save her par and stay at 5 under with her playing partner. No problems. Couple of good pars there at the 5th for Kim Hee-jun and Jun Yu-ri. Keeps them inside the top 10. Now Lee Dae-yeon. Excellent tee shot into the last. This for a 4th birdie of the day in a round of 69. Should move ever so slightly to her right. Statistically, 1 in 3 chance that she holds this. Well, make that 100% chance, because that's a wonderful response to the bogey on 17. A deuce at the last round of 69. Lee Dae-yeon joins the group at 4 under par. Park Ji-young. Long putt up and over this little spine. One of those players at that 4 under par mark. About a foot away from joining the group at 5, but she'll take 2 putts any day of the week from that range. Nicely judged for Ji-young. Solid 2 putt. Good day's work, closing in on her 9th round in the 60s this season. That's some playing through the first 3.5 events. Gi-yeol, hopefully the 73rd and final shot of her Friday afternoon. Yes, a tidy up and down for Park Gi-yeol. Bit of a sluggish day, but a cut made. She'll enter the weekend at 1 under par. Lee Dae-yeon, a great birdie at the last, sees her go into the second half of this championship at 4 under. Now, work to be done for par at the 17th for Lee 6. Almost another miraculous save, but, well, that putt's going to get her attention. Remember that cut line at 1 over par. Lee 6 with that remaining for bogey. Now back out to the 6th hole and the tee shot of Kim Hee-jun. Trouble up the right, can't afford to hang that club face open. But there's a couple of bunkers up the left. It looks like Hee-jun's found one of them. Jun Yu-ri. 24-year-old turned pro back in 2014. Made just over half her cuts last year to leave her 52nd on the money list. That one going to cut back. Just skirts the bunkers. That's okay. Hasn't missed a cut yet this year. Just inside the top 30 on the money list with 18.8 million Korean won earned, and in a good position so far in this championship at 5 under par in a share of 10th. Now Lee 6, this comebacker to drop just the one shot. Okay, well holed. Gives up one shot, one hole to play. One shot under the cut mark. So Lee 6 and company head up to the closing par 3 here at Ildong Lakes, the scenic and picturesque 18th. It's only 158 meters, and with the whole location today in the front left segment of the green. It's 10 from the front in a segment that's about 20 paces wide. A deep bunker fronts the front right portion of the green, and everything on this kidney-shaped putting surface kicks from back to front. A little bit from left to right. See that hole there? Just 10 paces from the front edge. It looks inviting, but not the easiest pin to get close to. It takes a really solid shot to leave yourself a good look at birdie. We've seen a couple get close. Dion, Yiwan. The big mistake would be to tug this one long and left, or to dump it in the bunker short right. It's been a steady day for Park Ji-young. 7-iron in hand. Actually got one more good iron swing in her. Well, I'd call that a pretty good iron swing. Best of the day we've seen into this 18th. Park Ji-young with a look at a birdie that would take her to 5 under par. Final hole of the championship for Jang Soo-yeon. Not going to be playing the weekend. Really struggled from the word go this week. 5 over par for a second round. Also a 7-iron for Soo-yeon. And unfortunately, that might have found that very deep greenside bunker. V6, even par, cut lines at 1 over. Anywhere on the dance floor. We'll see the 2019 US Open champion and LPGA Tour Rookie of the Year continue her quest to replicate what her sister did 14 years ago. Lift the KLPGA Championship trophy. Lee Dion yet to miss a green on a par 3 this week. Like Lee Dion, she's got an 8-iron. Yeah, tidy shot. Gives herself a chance for a birdie. Psychological difference heading into the weekend in red figures and at even par. Well, the modest gallery, the modest crowd that have gathered this afternoon have been treated to some pretty good golf from Park Ji-young and Lee Yiwan. German Lee 6, well, never really got out of neutral, although is 1 under par for a second round. Let's go back out to the 6th hole, and Kim Hee-jun awfully close to that lip. Well, picked it cleanly. Has it got the legs to get home? Just going to come up short, but no problems. Last thing you want to do is try to get too bold with that and smash it into the face of that bunker. You have all kinds of problems. Now, Yuri. 94 meters left, but doesn't quite like it. You can see why. Long rough, just grabbing the hosel, shutting the club face, and look at the putt that Jun Yuri has left herself in the back of the green. That's no walk in the park. It's going to be no guaranteed 2 putt for the player at 5 under par. That's pretty much all you can see if you find this lone bunker on the 18th hole. Can't even see the top of the flagstick for Jang Soo-yeon. Below the level of the green, it's a long bunker shot as well. Yeah, she's played it nicely. Really about as good as she could do from that spot. It's never nice trudging up that hill knowing you've got a putt for a 77. Not when you're a player of Jang Soo-yeon's talents anyway. Back to the front 9 and the 3rd shot of Kim Hee-jun on the 6th. Green just slopes from left to right, and oh no. Curse of the TV cameras. Second cameras show up, you know you're doing something right. Suddenly, get a little bit nervy, so stubs that chip. She's got work for par. Lee 6 with this for a birdie 2. And to start the weekend, 9 back at 1 under. Sounds like a lot, but it's a whole lot better than 10 back at even par. Should just move to the right as it loses pace. It was all downhill though. Oh, and that pretty much sums up her back 9. It was a great look, a great effort. But that ball remains above ground. Still, she's safely through to the weekend. Opening round of 73. She'll tap that one in for a round of 71 this afternoon. The LPGA Tour star making her first start on home soil this season. Look at that. That close to getting to 1 under par. So even par into the weekend. She's capable of taking it deep. Remember, it's 61 at the Evian Championship. Kwak Bo Mi on the 17th. Nice shot. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yeah, well played from Jisoo. Who's at 2 under. Trying to make inroads. Final 2 holes of the day. Affords herself a look at a birdie there at the penultimate hole. Now Zhang Suyon, hopefully her final shot of what has been a frustrating week for the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open champion. This for par in the 77. Well, it's a positive way to finish. It's a nice up and down. Zhang Suyon will bow out of the 44th KLPGA Championship with a 2-round total of 8 over par. Now, how'd you like to work this one out for Jun Yuri? Up the slope you come. Should move to the right, then bend back to the left. Oh, just so hard to judge that pace. Very tricky. So both Yuri and Heejun with work to do for pars at the 6th. Yeah. Come on. Ji-young for a birdie at the last to get to 5 under. A lovely way to finish. A 9th round in the 60s for 2022. Park Ji-young, 71 to open, a 68 today. Comfortably outscores her playing partners and will head into the weekend 5 shots back, seeking a first major title and a second of 2022. So to one of her compatriots at 5 under, looking to stay there. Look at the amount of swing that Kim Hee-jun seeing in this one.
Oh.
No. So a bogey 5, second of the day. We'll drop Kim Hee-jun out of that group at 10 under, back into the logjam at 4 under, which has got good company at that mark. The likes of Daeon, Min Kyung, Hae-ran and Hyun Kyung. That's not going to cheer her up too much. 3 holes to play, including the par 5 8th and the par 4 9th, where we have seen some birdies on day 2. Now, but the last, Jung Se-bin needs a birdie to make the cut. Got a bit stuck. Did she manage to save it at the bottom? No. Oh, and could that be it for Jung Se-bin's quest at the KLPGA Championship? Got a hole out. It's do or die at the last for Jung Se-bin. Her 2 playing partners pretty much have no chance of making the cut. Lee Ka-kyung and Cho Yun-jung. That's a great tee shot for Cho. Well, birdie won't make her feel much better. 83 yesterday. Really just left her too much to do. Lee Ka-kyung, final play in this group, opened with a 74 yesterday. Hasn't really been able to find many birdies this overcast Friday afternoon. See if she can find one at the last. It'll make dinner taste a little bit better. Should be a 7-iron for Ga-kyung. Whatever it was one too little. Yuri for her par at 6 to remain at 5. Had us both fooled. I thought that was going to move left. It stayed pretty much dead straight. Chance for Kim Ji-soo to move to 3 under par. Right to lefter on 17. Has it got the legs? Ooh, just not quite hard enough for Ji-soo. Bit unlucky. That level past 72 yesterday. She's 2 under for day 2 and the championship. But it's Kim Hyo-joo who will lead going into the weekend, as she did at the close of play yesterday evening. Tsuji got to 10 under, but a late bogey on 16 dropped her back to 9. And how about the quality of challengers lining up behind? Park Min-ji, Lee Seong-yeon, the teen talent, Lee Yiwan, A-lim Kim, Lee So-mi. So many still looking to write their names into history as the 44th KLPGA champion. You're watching live Day 2 action from the 44th KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes Golf Club. The pace set by a certain Kim Hyo-ju, 65-69 to leave her at 10 under par heading into the weekend. Kim Tsuji just a shot back at 9, and then 3 players at 7 under. Lee Seung-yeon, Park Min-ji, and the rookie Lee Yiwan. Still, a couple of golfers out on the golf course trying to make inroads. Ha-Min Song has yet to drop a shot this afternoon. She's putting for birdie here on 16. This would get her into that group at 7 under. Keep tracking. Wide right for Min Song. Just the 2 birdies on her card, coming at the 1st and the 9th. It's been a solid day. Now, gotta go. Yep. Might be you. Dabin. So, that lie looks a bit scruffy. This to make the cut for Jung Se-bin. Hidden hope. Well, there's a chance. Oh, she gave it a mighty run. A brave effort for Jung Se-bin, but just going to come up one shot on the wrong side of the cut line. Though 60 players and ties make the cut here right now. Well, that's sitting at 1 over par. Ha-Min Song going to keep that scorecard clean with 2 holes to play. 6 under par for the championship, 2 under on her day. 1 over par. Share of 58th place right now. 2 over par share of 71st, and that just gives you an idea of how congested it is. And for Cho, well, not the best of weeks for her. A proverbial wooden spoon, as you'd call it. Stone dead last. Out to the 7th, and after dropping a shot at 6, this would be a nice way to get it back for Kim Hee-jun. Longest of the 4 par 3s at Ildong Lakes. Oh, could have used another couple of rolls for Hee-jun. Still got the par 5 8th and the scoreable 9th to come. Remains 1 under on the day and 4 under for the tournament.
Okay.
Ga-gyong, 74 yesterday. Unfortunately today, just struggling along at 8 over par. Just to finish with a nice birdie too. And nope, not going to drop for Lee Ga-gyong. So 74, 76, 78, beg your pardon. Leave her back at 8 over par. Score match by Jang Soo-yeon. Now, Yuri for her deuce at 7. I don't think that's going to be high enough or hard enough, so really tentative effort for Jun-Yu Ri. Barely kept her card at the end of 2021, finishing 52nd on the money list. Left to right her to finish things up for Cho Yun-jung. Okay, that's a good putt. It's a nice up and down. Broke 80 this afternoon. Finishes in last place at 127th. Of course, we have had 5 retirements, or 5 withdrawals, I should say. A couple of Big name players electing to withdraw from this championship after day one. Park Bo-kyom, Choi Hye-young, Lim Hee-jung, Jang Hana, and Kim Se-ro-mi. But for Jung Se-bin, she battled bravely, but unfortunately, well, it's not going to make a difference. Ends up the wrong side of the cut mark. Disappointing week for Se-bin. Backs up a 73 on day one with a 74 this afternoon. No player in this group making it through to the weekend. Yuri with this little tiddler to stay at 4 under. Okay, nicely done. Next, get up to the final tee, the 2-ball of Kim Ji-soo. And this lady, Park Seo-hyun, opened with a 74 yesterday. And that projected cut at 1 over par. So she's going to need a 2 at the last. We've seen that situation before from Jung Se-bin. Park Seo-hyun manage a deuce to make the cut. Jung Se-bin found the slope on the right-hand side of the green. Park Seo-hyun has an opportunity, if that one drops, to play 36 more holes here at Ildong Lakes. Kim Ji-soo not thinking about the cut mark. 2 under par, pretty much locked in for the weekend. He's trying to find one more birdie at the death. Opened with a level par 72 yesterday. It's 2 under for her second round. She's eyeing this one up intently. Oh, just a fraction short. And no problems. Ha-min Song off the straight and narrow at the 17th. And a bit unlucky that she's not able to get a drop from there. It's a fiddly one, this. Oh, but she's made an absolute fist of that. Goodness me, what a shot from Ha-min Song. A real awkward spot, not somewhere you drop balls in the practice round, and she's left herself probably the shortest birdie putt we've seen all day at the 17th. So Ha-min Song is going to have that to get to the group at 7 under par. A couple of the images captured by our official KLPGA Tour photographer. It's been a lovely afternoon. It's been a lovely day, a couple of days to start the KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes. So many big names making the trip to tee it up to try to do what this lady has done. Park Hyun-kyung, 2-time winner, chasing history. But she's chasing her playing partner, Kim Hyo-joo, in the background there, who leads at 10 under par. Kim Tsuji, the winner at Blue Heron, the final major of 2021. The Hike Jinro champion. She lurks just 1 shot behind. Kim A-lim had her chances on day one. Couple of late bogeys. We'll put together a tidy 2 under par round of 70 to leave her at 6 under at the halfway stage. The 2020 US Open champion always going to be a factor. Lee Seong-yeon, can she collect another KLPGA Tour title? And her first major title. She's right in the hunt at 7 under. Only 3 back going into the weekend. But it's Kim Hyo-joo. They will all be chasing with 36 holes to play. At the final hole of the day, Chipping from the front edge of the green. Fairly holeable this for Kim Ji-soo. Yeah, nicely played. Good touch for Kim Ji-soo. That's going to be a round of 2 under par 70 to move her safely through to the weekend stages of the championship at 2 under par. But her playing partner, Park Seo-hyun, with one chance to get into the weekend. A birdie will move her through at 1 over par. Projected cut mark. Again, those 60 players and ties make the cut. 1 over par right now, a share of 58th. 2 over par, a share of 70th. Which is where Park Seo-hyun finds herself. If you're going to have a putt that you need to hold, I suppose you don't mind it being slightly downhill. Similar line to Jung-Eun Lee's sixes putt. We knew that really swung hard at the hole from left to right. Getting the ball to the hole, not going to be an issue here. Just got to make sure you give this enough break. So this for Park Seo-hyun for a birdie 2. For a round of 71. And to play a little bit more golf here at the 1.2 billion Korean won KLPGA Championship. This to make the cut. No. Like Jung-Eun Lee 6, that one just falling off to the right. Yeah, disappointing. They say a miss is as good as a mile. Unfortunately for Park Seo-hyun, she'll miss the cut by just the one shot. It's a tantalizing weekend we have in store. We won't include Park Seo-hyun, but think about the groupings that we're going to have tomorrow. Tsuji, Hyoju in the final group, Minji in the mix, Haeran and Hyun-kyung on the fringes of contention. You've got Daeon, you've got Park Ji-young, you've got the rookie in Lee Yiwan, all at the business end of the leaderboard. Seo-hyun, 2 over par, not going to be enough. She'll bow out of this year's championship at the halfway stage. We still have about 24 players yet to complete their second rounds. This on the other side of the golf course. Julie Kim, for her part, yet to make a cut. Julie Kim. And, ooh, unlucky. But you figure, even though she's only 1 under par playing the last, she should be safely through to the weekend. And that's 71 yesterday, and well, colourful to say the least, that scorecard. 5 birdies, 5 bogeys. No progress made. But for Ha-Min Song, this would be to get her into the group at 7 under, and if she can pop this one in and birdie the last, she's going to be in the final group tomorrow afternoon. Former winner of the Bogner NBN Ladies Open on the KLPGA Tour. Some Seve-esque magic from the left side of this hole. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one go in. What a 3 for Ha-Min Song after that tee shot at the 17th. It's been a workmanlike, efficient Friday afternoon for Ha-Min Song, who gets it to 7 under par. Now 4 players at that mark, within 3 of Kim Hyo-ju's lead. So let's get to some Friday highlights from a busy second round at Ildong Lakes. Lee Seung-yeon went out in the morning wave and, well, got the putter working early. That long putt finding its target at the par 5 second for Lee Seung-yeon. Would go on to bogey the 5th, but signed for a round of 68. Courtesy of a couple of more birdies like this at the 4th. In it went for Lee Seung-yeon. Well, overnight leader Kim Hyo-ju went out in under par 35 and then made the turn with that birdie at the 3rd. So that would get her to 9 under par. Again, just separating herself from the field ever so slightly. Well, Park Min-ji withdrew from the Nexen St. Line Masters last week after the opening round. She opened with a 69 this week. And with putts like that dropping, Park Min-ji finds herself in familiar territory at the business end of the leaderboard. That was a 4th birdie of her round, taking her to 7 under par with just 4 holes to play. Lee Seung-yeon, again I mentioned, dropped that shot at the 5th. And a beautiful wedge here to the par 5/8, setting up her 5th and final birdie of her day. A round of 68 takes Lee Seung-yeon into the weekend at 7 under par. Well, Kim Tsuji put together quite the run on her front nine. It started slow with a bogey at 3, but then popped that one in for birdie at the 5th to get her back to where she began the day at 5 under par. But more would follow. Kim Hyo-ju, just like Lee Seung-yeon, finding her final birdie of the day, courtesy of a fine wedge shot into the par 5/8. Just the 4 birdies versus the 7 she had yesterday, and she threw in a drop shot at 14. But a 69 will set the pace at 10 under par for Kim Hyo-ju. Mentioned that little run that Kim Tsuji got on. Well, there was that birdie at 5 and this very nice shot into the tricky 6th. Hard to get close to that front flag. Everything sloping away. Tsuji, well, knocking it stiff and knocking it in for a 2nd birdie in a row. And at the end of her day, Park Min-ji would end in style. She bogeyed the 7th, but got that shot back with that lovely 3 to close out a round of 68, leaving her at 7 under par, heading into the weekend. So as Min-ji finished up, Tsuji, well, she was just getting started. A birdie at 7, 3 in a row for the Height Jinro champion. And kept the pedal to the metal at the par 5/8. Another birdie, 4 in a row. Tsuji was on the rise on the front nine, that getting her into 2nd place by herself. And we thought at the 9th, not her best 2nd shot, left her a long range putt for birdie. But when it rains, it pours. And Tsuji would pour this one in for a 5th straight birdie to turn in 32 strokes and get to 9 under par for the championship. And Yiwan, the teenage sensation, the rookie, found some form with the flat stick to start her back 9. Par at the 10th, a birdie at the 11th. She would scribble her name next to a bogey-free 69, leaving her at 7 under par. And Kim Tsuji, well, she had chances at 13 and 14. She finally took it here at the 15th to move alongside Kim Hyo-joo at 10 under par. She would drop a shot at 16, eventually signing for a 68. So that's the state of play as we head into the weekend here at the 44th KLPGA Championship. Kim Hyo-joo with a nose out in front at 10 under par, but Tsuji just 1 shot back. 4 players at 7 under par, including last year's number 1 on the KLPGA Tour, Park Min-ji, and the lady who leads the Rookie of the Year points race in 2022, Lee Yiwan. It's been another fascinating afternoon of golf this Friday at Ildong Lakes. We're only halfway through the 44th KLPGA Championship. It's moving day tomorrow. We do hope you'll join us for live Day 3 coverage from the first major of 2022 on the KLPGA Tour season. But until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a wonderful Friday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.